Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby if you're new here, and today I'm doing a bit of a spontaneous review of my collection. If you have been following my channel and my Instagram, you'll know that we kind of recently bought a 150 plus year old cottage that needs full renos, and it will eventually, at the end of next week when the rewire is finished, have one room that I'm able to get in a temporary way set up for living. So we're going to have a temporary bedroom, and also there will be like a temporary office. I say temporary because we don't plan to be in those rooms for those reasons long term. So with this creeping up very fast and needing to move in there as soon as possible, because we didn't expect to be paying two of everything for this long, we need to obviously start moving things over. And I have a lot of plants I'm really connected to, a lot of plants I'm really not that bothered with, and I wanted to do a big review of my collection and think about the plants that I would be happy to let go. And I really want to only keep the ones that I love, because space will be an issue. And also just the amount that's going on at the moment. Like, there's a lot more going on behind closed doors than people realise. Like, I don't think I've ever been so busy in my entire life, when really I should be slowing down. So yeah, I just don't want to take too much with me. So today I'm going to go around my collection whilst my husband and his friend are at the house working hard. And I'm gonna just take the time to just think, do I want this plant anymore? Do I love it? Do I need it? Is it a duplicated plant? Can I sell it on? Can I give it away? So that's what we're going to be doing today. I hope you enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do. And if you're keen on cottage renos, I'll link the things all in the description down below, like our Instagram page, which is nearly at 1,000, which is really cool. And also we have a YouTube channel there. But that will be more solely renovation, and this channel will be more kind of behind the scenes, like vlogging and how we're dealing with it. It will be me, whereas the other one would be a bit more hardcore reno, so it'd be like time lapses of cleaning, which I love. By cleaning I mean like destroying and then cleaning up like the dust and like all the rubble, that kind of thing, not like satisfying this is a spotless house, so don't expect that. But yeah, if you do want to follow that, I'll link everything down below, and if not, let's just go straight into it and I'll go through my collection and see what I can move on. Okay, so firstly we have this section here. I like this plant. I really like it. It's not growing for me, but I feel like I'm at that stage where I've had it for 1.5 years now, I think. November, December, January, nearly 1.5 years. And I don't want to move it on because it's not growing, because I'm so keen on the plant. And even if it is a 4-leaf plant, I still love it. But I am getting bored with the fact that nothing's happening. But I don't want to have waited all this time and then someone be like, oh, thanks for the plant, I've got a new leaf. Like, I'll be gutted. It has given me like 3 or 4 flowers since. I've just watered, that's why it's a bit damp, but it's given me so many flowers but no leaves, so we're leaving that one. This one, I mean, leaving as in like leaving it in my collection. This one, I wouldn't be sad if I lost it, you know. I wouldn't be sad if it went. It's a beautiful Wyetii. It's honestly so beautiful and I love it. I've had it for maybe about two years, maybe an 18-month one again as well. I don't know. I'll stop trying to remember. But this is one that I think I'm going to list on Facebook Marketplace in the terracotta pot it comes in, because it's actually in the pot, it's not in the nursery pot. This one is a duplicated one. It's not in a nursery, it's in a nursery pot, sorry, not in a terracotta pot. I'm going to be letting one of these go. I don't need two. There's kind of like some sun stress bleaching on it because it was very close to the grow light. But when the new growth was coming in, it was coming through a really, really dark red colour. And it was so beautiful. And then it gave me loads of peduncles. So I got a really beautiful plant, but I did kind of like burn the top leaves, unfortunately. So that is one that's going. This is one that I recently just bought, but it's not happy, and I do think it's like maybe cold, even though it's not cold here. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this one, even though I've just bought it, because I'm right. I loved it when I first had it, but it's causing me problems, and that's causing me stress. And I know normally I would never do this, but I'm having such multiple big life changes at the moment, and I feel like that's right for me. So I think I'm going to list this one on Facebook Marketplace. And obviously, if they're in a condition like this, I wouldn't be like, I want £100 for it. You know, I would obviously price it up accordingly. I'm thinking £5. I don't know. But yeah, so that's that section. Okay, so grow light is off, which is why it's quite dark here. But in this section, I have, so I've got another Memoria, which I was going to keep. This is the other one. It is definitely a bit more kind of like washed out than the other one, which is why I'm letting that one go. I think this one's a bit bigger as well, because I had this one. I've had this one for over 2.5 years. This is my first one from Rich Rainforest, I think. So I'm going to be keeping this one, although I'm not fully in love and attached to it anymore. But I think I'm going to keep that one. And then I was unsure about this one, but I really think it's simply just beautiful. I really need to change positions because it's very dark, but I love this normal kind of like Hoya carnosa, really beautiful. I'm gonna keep that one. This comes to like the difficult part. Like let me show you one more I'm going to definitely get rid of. It's just behind you. So I'm going to be getting rid of this one. This is, I forget what it's called. It's a succulent. I forget what it's called. I can't believe it. Mine's gone blank. I sun stressed it and it was really pretty. It needs a water. It's very wrinkly. It's like very wrinkly. I'm not selling the pot. I love the pot, but I'm just not that into it. So yeah, I'll put this down here because it needs a water. So this is another one I'm not sure if I want to keep or not. It's a maybe pile. And the reason it's a maybe pile is because it's not exactly a beautiful plant, but I've come a long way with this one. It had really bad root rot. It's grown a lot during the growing season. And I feel a little bit attached to it. Like this strand is definitely nicer, but this is the Hoya Sumatra. So I'm undecided on this one at the moment. I have decided on this, one of my Hoya Wyetii. So I'm going to get rid of this. I have another one, so I don't need two. I bought a few because a few people wanted them from the same shop that were local to me, but one of them, after I bought it, said she wasn't interested. So I've just had two. Really, really beautiful. Just sounds a bit light. Yeah, it needs a water. It's really thirsty all the time. If you saw my last video, I've moved it back onto the grow shelf, but the third row down, so it's not intense light, but maybe it doesn't look unwell anymore. I was struggling with it a bit. But yeah, this is another one that I'll sell for cheap because, I don't know, I just want someone to be able to enjoy it and love it. You know, it's a really pretty plant. Okay, this one might be a surprise to everyone. It's a surprise to myself, but I've fallen out of love with it. And this is this is why you shouldn't buy things like really expensive variegated plants and just know there's a potential for them to like revert. Like, I didn't buy this, I swapped it for an elbow, and I got this one and I was so pleased with it. It was literally my favorite plant. My husband was like, that is such a nice plant. We were both like loving it, and then it's just caused me problems. So this is, and I don't know if you'll pick it up, it seems a bit yellow because of the lighting, but it's not. I'll take a picture and put it in. But it's slightly variegated, but it's kind of not the mottled, heavily variegated one anymore. And I have just gone off it. This is something I did in lockdown. It's so bad, but it will come with pot. So I think I'm going to list this one. I'm going to put it on the side. This next one is one that I have 3, maybe even 4 of. So this is a Pothos Enjoy. It needs a water. Yeah, Epipremnum Enjoy. I have a massive one behind me. I've got one in the bedroom and I've got another one down here. The other one down here is more of a large cut-in, which is something I'm giving to the charity that I'm doing at the moment, this charity event. But this is one that I don't need, like, well, technically I've got 2 big ones, so I don't need 2 and this. So this is definitely one that's going. This next one is one that's going. I've fallen out of love with it. Although its new growth is so cute, but it needs some attention. And it obviously needs potting up. But yeah, this is one that I'm not overly keen on anymore. I just have a bad experience with Maranta and I will never buy them again. Like, my Maranta, I'll get onto that. So this is the next one I'm shifting. If my husband comes back and sees the pile I've got of plants I'm moving on, he'll be like, you'll regret it, don't do it. We'll make space. But I felt this way for a long time. You know, this is a really well thought out thing I'm going through. It sounds like I'm having a nervous breakdown. I'm totally not. I just really want to enjoy the plants I've got, and I really enjoyed them at the time of having them, and for a very long time I really did. But I do feel like I have so many, it's not necessary. But there are a couple of duplicates, or there's one particular plant which I have 4 of, which are big plants, which I cannot get rid of, because when we eventually can use all rooms in the house, like, these are going to be statement plants. And also my husband really likes them. He'd never let me get rid of them. I may as well tell you, it's just like my Monstera deliciosas, the large ones. They take up a lot of space, and that's something I'm really worried about, where I'm going to put them. But yeah, I am actually really attached to those. So this is more like the kind of everything but that, basically. So this next one is another Maranta. I think I'm going to get rid of this. I'm not getting rid of the pon. I'm not getting rid of the self-watering pot, because that was gifted by Grow Tropicals to test out, and I love it. Like, I actually love it. Although the water's going down already, so this is a hungry little thing, or thirsty little thing. It seems better in a self-watering pot. Like, you can see, like, there's new growth coming through, less yellow than you're probably used to seeing. But I'm just not into it that much. It's beautiful, so it's a variegated one, but I'm just not into it that much, and I can't justify keeping it, because if you don't love your plants, you tend to just not give them the care that they need. And if someone else would enjoy growing it, then allow them to have it, you know. So this is one that I'm going to be moving on. The next one, this is the one I was going to talk to you about. This is a duplicate, which I really don't want to actually get rid of, because I love it so much, but I don't know how I'm going to have a grow light set up, because I'm leaving the metal frame shelving unit that all my plants are on for the tenant, because it just suits the flat. but the IKEA hat grow thing works so well with this. So I'm either going to find a secondhand one on Facebook Marketplace, no rush. Until then, I'm going to use those, they are, I don't know what the name of I forget the name of the shelving unit. I'll put a picture on the screen. I've got 2 of these. We got those for our second bedroom when we had like a DIY kind of creative space plant room. And one of them is in our bedroom, our temporary bedroom at the house, which is there for the purpose of the plants. And the other one's being used as a kitchen. It's just in our temporary kitchen, basically. It's just got kitchen stuff on it. And it's not really that functional because it's got holes in it. So things just fall through. So we need to replace that, and I'll be using both of them for plants. However, my point is, I can't get the grow light, I probably could get the grow light attached to it, but it's not glassed like this shelf. It's like wooden slats, so the light isn't going to travel through, you know? So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these, is what I'm saying. So I think these Hoya Sunrises, I've got 2 of these. I think they will eventually kind of lose their colour. I think I'm going to keep both, which I know I said I wouldn't keep duplicates, but it's just too pretty. And I really need to invest in another tripod and a ring light because this is so dark. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's very, very pretty. It's growing wonderfully. So I think I'm going to keep both of those still. I'm not sure about the Hoya Sumatra. I'm looking at it now thinking, I don't love you that much anymore. The Brantianum I love. This is one that I'm not obsessed with anymore. I am, because it was my first like plant swap with my friend Lily. But that really was like went into lockdown when? I think we swapped May or June 2020. So it has been a while, but it's not grown. And yeah, I'm trying to, and same with this. This is from Rich Rainforest. I go through stages of loving it and then not, and then, so I think I'm gonna put them in the pile that's for moving on. We'll see. I'll let you know how it goes. This is a big heavy no. I'm keeping this. It's my pot of gold. Very beautiful. I'm not sure on the normal green Epipremnum penat something, Epipremnum, like the normal green version, not the sea blue. Since I potted it up, I'm not massively keen on it, but I feel like it's just too new for me to consider moving on because I haven't had it for too long. So I'm not sure on that one. That's everything for this section. Oh, also my variegated, non-variegated, variegated monstera. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to get rid of this one as well. Like, it's very low variegation. I'm definitely going to get rid of it. I just like the idea of growing another one and then it's suddenly becoming really heavily variegated, and that's never going to happen. So I'm going to sell this on. It's potted up. It will go with this grey lilac terracotta pot. So that's one. Creating myself loads of work here because all of those need to be listed on Facebook. And I used to post plants through eBay, but cuttings, not plants, because I never really had, it was too stressful, potting up a plant, and then it's stressful for me and the plant, but potting up a plant, because usually I wouldn't be able to send terracotta through the post, and then wrapping it and then making sure it's safe, and then, you know, it's just too stressful. So these are collection only. So if you are interested and I still have these available, just let me know. I can let you know. That's definitely it for this bit. Oh no, it's not. I'm gonna sell this one. So it needs the water, but I'm gonna sell this. I think he desperately needs the water. He gets so thirsty here because he's on the top shelf, but at the end. I think this is actually the original one that I had. I think this is my first plant, which is really sad, which is why I talk myself into keeping things. But there's one on it's either between this one or the one on top of the fridge there, which is insane. It gets no light there. Like, honestly, if I turned my grow light off, we'd be in darkness, and it's midday. I appreciate it's winter, but it's either this one or this one. And the top of that one, I don't know if you can tell, the top of that is so healthy. It's directly under a kitchen LED spotlight, which is the maddest thing because it really likes that light. So it's obviously doing something for it. But yeah, it's either this one or this one. So I'm going to put that to the side to remind me to get rid of one pothos. Okay, so by my kitchen, I've got those homemade shelves that my husband so kindly made for me. And I've said this time and time again, they look so lovely here. And we're leaving them, but I really don't want to leave them. I absolutely adore them. But they're made to measure. Do you know what I mean? They're made for this space. There's no point me taking them. And plus, we don't really want to put loads of holes in the wall at the new place. More holes, so yeah, that's just another thing I have to deal with. Just leaving, like, it's not personal to him. Like, it took him, like, I don't know how long to make, but it's really personal to me. So that's the struggle. But anyway, I'm thinking, which these look like they're in really bad condition, by the way, because I haven't done my watering like thing for the weekend yet. But I'm thinking my micans. Let me turn a grow light round so it's a bit lighter down here. Much better. That's amazing. So I'm thinking about the micans. I go through stages of loving, not loving, loving, and it could look, it would look really beautiful on a raw timber kind of shelving unit, and I could just, this new place has got ample amounts of light. So I feel like it's got so much potential to be the plant I want it to be. But again, I've had it for ages. I feel really connected to it. This is the one that used to have thrips, like when it was like a tiny little plant. But all of those leaves I took off, so all of these aren't thrip damaged at all. So yeah, I've had this for maybe about 2 years, I think. So that is one that I'm going to put there. Reluctantly, because I adore it, but I will. I won't sell the pot with that one because I can just take this anthropology pot away. You see, it's just in a nursery pot. So yeah. Okay, so that's just there. I'm definitely getting rid of this one, definitely. My Dischidia. 100%. I'm over it. And I've actually listed this on Facebook already. This section is so healthy, thick and beautiful. This section isn't. It just needs someone to love it. It's growing loads of new growth points at the top, which is really strange. Well, it's not strange, obviously, but that's another plant. But yeah, I'm going to be selling this one for very cheap because the condition isn't great, and with the pot as well. I want to sell this one. It's too unruly, it's too big, I think it's too heavy. I've got a lot of dangling, hanging, trailing plants, and that worries me, although they would look really beautiful, like all on the same shelf, you know. I want to get rid of this one, but I know this is one that he really likes, and it's the difficult part of it with it. It is beautiful, but it's just so big. So that's an unsure just yet. So that's it for this particular section. I'm keeping my Brazil, I'm keeping my Neon Pothos, I'm keeping my Enjoy, I'm keeping my Marble Queen Pothos, I'm keeping the Dischidia Watermelon, whatever it's called, and I'm keeping my Verrucosum. So I'm going to take you into the bedroom and we're going to do this all over again. At the moment, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plants, which makes me feel good. You know, I'm being ruthless. So we're going to the bedroom where I think I'll struggle more so with this. So this probably isn't the best angle for anyone, but I'm going to move on my Hoya Australis. This has been on Facebook Marketplace for ages. It needs a water, it's quite wrinkly, but it's a really big one, and it comes with the tendrils, obviously. I'm not taking them off. It comes with the pot, I mean, and it is a really good size. I think I have this listed for £5 and no one is buying it, so I don't know if that's too expensive. I thought it was really good, but yeah, it definitely needs a water. It's super wrinkly. Can you see how wrinkly he is? But all in all, a really easy plant, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. I think it's really beautiful, but we're here for a reason today, so I'm making rash decisions, which I'm happy with. So there's that one, which, like I said, is already on Marketplace. The next one behind you is, that needs to be put back in, just my cuttings of my golden dragon. I don't think I'm going to pot them back up. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep them, like, just sell them like this. There's 3 different cuttings in here. Might just sell them all together so someone can have a cute little plant. Once this is potted up and in something other than like an old gherkin jar, it would look really beautiful. They're really nice, kind of like shapes already. And I know a lot of people that are keen on having the golden dragon, so yeah, I think that's going to be, it's going to be one. The next one might come as a surprise to everyone because it was one of my favourite plants before, but it's my pink syngonium. I really like this, but it's always been a bit of a, like, my friends is literally growing up. Mine's always grown sideways. I always thought it's because it's heavy, because it's kind of starting to trail now, which is how I love syngonium, but oh, that one snapped. But yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of this one because yeah, I've fallen out of love with it, and it's been a while that I've fallen out of love with it. It's still a beautiful colour, like, it's still lovely. There are parts of it that have kind of like gone lighter, but that is one I'm going to be moving on. And then I think that's it for the bedroom. I've got my massive mini monstera, which is the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. That's just too incredible to move on. I'm thinking, considering selling a plant I have had on my wish list as a #1 plant for years, the actual plant of the golden dragon, because it's a bit wild, and I'm just thinking about practicality. I might put it on Facebook and just see what people say. I don't know. And then I really like this, so I really love this, but it stresses me out. Like, it's got new growth coming through, it's beautiful, it's like, yeah, lots of new growth, but it does stress me out. So no, I'm gonna keep that one. That's lovely. That will be that can be like a coffee table kind of plant, you know. And yeah, okay, I have been around the whole flat now. I probably have about 12 to 15 now, which I think is a really good start. So I'm going to just now list them on Facebook Marketplace. Like I said, there are some on there already that have been on there for ages that aren't doing anything, like the Hoya Australis for like £4 or £5. So I may take them down even more, or just give them to a friend, you know, someone that just is local and can come get them. But I feel better already. Like, I haven't taken the ones that I'm looking at culling off the shelves. It already feels emptier, and it just feels less like, oh my god, I have too many. And my vision for our new house is to have, I like areas of a place being quite minimalistic, So having like one plant, you know, but then I like to have areas that are like just like those shelves that my husband made, like these shelves when it's just purposely for plants and it looks stunning. So I just want to make sure I'm not overwhelmed with the space that we're going to be living in until we can like replaster the walls and do the floor, and you know, like there's a long way to go. And also a lot of these I'm taking into consideration that if they are seeming to struggle, a few of them are seeming to struggle at the moment, how will they react getting moved to a house that's cold? You know, it's cold. But we will be blasting for the next few months until spring comes. We'll be blasting the electric heater. And without the heater on, the humidity reads at 99%. So I'm not quite concerned about that. I might even consider moving on my Eleco Homes humidifier, which I adore. But if I've got no need for it, you know, like we want to be taking out humidity from the house, like ventilating it, not adding it in. So I might move on my Eleco Homes humidifier as well. Not the little ones though that I use from Mist and Zen, because they are small. I love them. You can put them in a spot where the electric heater is for the plants. And we do have reasons to use those, but not this like industrial size one. But yeah, I think that's it, and I feel quite accomplished by doing that. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Like I said at the beginning, if you're interested in following along on the cottage renovation, the information for our Instagram will be on screen now, and the information for the other social media like the YouTube and the Instagram link to take you directly there will be below. If you have any questions or are local to me, so I'm West Yorkshire, then let me know if there is a plant that you're keen on, and I'll let you know if it's still available. Most likely will be, because Facebook Marketplace has been slow for plants. Like I've been selling them on there for 2 years, maybe more. But I tell you now, for king size beds and vintage Chester drawers, which I've been in the market for a while, that I have finally just found this weekend, has been an absolute pain in the arse to find. So yeah, plants seem to not be all the rage at the moment, and I think it's because it's winter, so it explains it. But yeah, any questions or anything, let me know down below, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.